Doing Too Much TV. It's the hot seat. It's your boy, Mr. Peanut. We got TREBOL CLEF. What's going on with you, man?
I bleed for those in pain. Let me wash away the desert land. And what says you left in the rain? So many times I thought I found my place in the nighttime. Then I wake up from a dream in the daylight. I just wanna go to sleep cause I hate life. Then I get up out of bed, look at my face. I just wanna feel like I'm in the right place. Am I making all the choices I should? Am I...
Good.
So where are you from?
Albuquerque, North Valley.
And how long you been making music?
I've been playing the piano for about 24 years now, and then actually producing and composing for about, I don't know, about 12. Yeah, it's been a while.
What made you want to start?
You know, at first I hated playing the piano. My mother was the one who, thank God, got me to play, grabbed me by the ear, you know what I mean? Then when I turned 17, my best friend got in a really horrible car accident and passed away. And I wrote a song for his funeral. And from that, I never played anybody else's music ever again. You know, I'd been trained playing classically and stuff like that, but it kind of branched off into hip-hop, using jazz, blues, rock, all that stuff. You know,
Everything.
yeah, so that was the catalyst for the whole thing. And then I ended up writing the graduation song for my class in 2001 from St. Pius, and they voted it, and since then it's kind of just on a roll, you know, never stopped.
You remember the first song you learned how to play the piano?
I would say, you know, besides the scales and stuff they teach you when you're a kid, probably For Release. That was probably the first one I ever played. Still could play it too. Yeah.
So growing up, who were your motivations? I know you said your mom with the piano, but
Yeah.
was there anybody else that kind of inspired you to?
Definitely. You know, I met a lot of people along the way that just drop little hints on me every once in a while, and they, you know, I'd hear them play their instrument or sing or whatnot, and it was a lot of local people, you know, a lot of older cats, and I kind of just, that inspiration just gave me everything I needed to keep going and really see it as something concrete and not so abstract. A lot of people don't take musicians seriously. They think that we just sit there, you know, on our hands all day, but it's not the way it goes, and I'm sure you've seen a lot of that. But yeah, and then as far as like commercial artists, you know, a lot of the piano players, singers like Billy Joel, Elton John, just a lot of amazing people out there, man. So I was just kind of flooded. My dad played nothing but country, old country western, and my mom played Motown and all the funk and everything. So got a good mix, you know. Yeah, that's about it though. I mean, it's a broad spectrum, I guess, in my life.
So if you could work with anybody, producers, musicians, anything, who would you want to kind of work with?
That's a good question, man. I guess I'd have to pick the genre first, because I like to work with all of them, you know what I mean? But as far as producers, damn, I'd like to get a shot at sitting in the studio with Dre once in my life, you know what I mean? But that's,
So if you're watching Dre,
that's everybody's dream, right? So, but other than that, you know, anybody from Pharrell, Timberland, you know, I like all those styles. Scott Storch would be a fun one to get in the studio with because of the piano stuff that we could do together. But yeah, those are probably the main cats. Tech 9 would be a fun one. That would be a blast. So that's about it so far. I mean, there's a ton of them out there.
so what projects do you have out? What's coming up, and where do you see yourself in 6 months?
Well, we got right now, thanks to Jay Era,
Shout out to J Era.
Get Down Entertainment. He's been one of my biggest supporters for many years now, and he and another friend of mine, Wise Wonder, he's a graffiti artist here in town, they've been paying attention to what I've been doing for a long, long time, probably more so than I have, and they've got bigger libraries of my music than I do. So I haven't released an album yet in all these years of doing this stuff because it's just that, I don't know, artistic criticism. Yeah, I just never thought it was that cool back then, but now I'm starting to realize that it's something worth showing to the people, you know what I mean? So we're doing a probably 6 or 7 volume series, and it's going to be called The Youth, and it's starting from the most recent things that I've done solo, and it's kind of branching out to, it's going to work its way back in time basically as I release them in the future. So we'll probably release one every like 3 months or so. And each album will probably have about 18, 19 tracks on it, and there's just a lot of stuff that I've stacked over the years, and it's about time to get it out there. So we're doing that on the solo tip, and then with my band Human, that's the big thing that we're working on right now, and that's Trust One, Chris Deal, Kyle McElroy, I got Tristan, and then my cousin Tommy, DJ Sideswipe on the tables, and then myself. And you know, so far it's more of like a rock, hip hop, electronic feel. So I think our album is going to be called Hip Hop Pop Electronica Rock, and it's just kind of all one word. You know what I mean? Because we can't classify ourselves in any genre. So we'll be releasing that probably within the next month, man. So we just finished most of the tracks. We got about 3 left to go, then the mastering, and then the production. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's the next thing. And then we got a show on August 4th at Elliott's. It's a benefit show for all of the loved ones of ours that have passed away recently. We've had a lot go, you know, so
That's August 4th?
Yeah, August 4th at Elliott's. It's going to be a pretty big show. I think there's about 10 or 12 different performers going on. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We just want to get back into performing. It's so fun doing that, you know. It's all fine and dandy sitting in the studio, but you get a little cooped up after a while, cabin fever.
Gotta let it out.
Yeah, show the world. So that's the big game plan. And then we got a music video we just shot with the band. It's a pretty big budget video. We got it free actually because we sold the idea to a nice team. So they were just on board with the project from the very beginning, and we shot like 120 hours of footage, and it's going to be crammed into 5 minutes. So we put some work in, and it's a lot of fun. But that's pretty everything in a nutshell. You know what I mean? Like just more videos, constantly just rolling, see what hits and see what doesn't. But now it's just time to perform. So
The fun part is seeing after all the footage you got in the video, seeing the final product.
Oh, yeah.
Like you remember kind of shooting that.
Oh,
part,
yeah.
Like, that's,
So, you know, as the artist, you never get to look at it for the first time. You never get to hear a song for the first time, see a video for the first time. And it's kind of like a curse that we have as artists, and I know a lot of other people can self-identify with that. But, so we always watch the reactions of other people when we're first showing the videos to anyone. So that's what we base it all off of. That's what makes us happy, man. So, yeah.
So where can people get a hold of you as far as if they want features from you, new fans want to get in touch with you? I don't know if you got Twitter and
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. I'm just under TREBOL CLEF, TREBOLCLEF on Twitter, and then on Facebook, it's Giorgio, GIORGIO, TREBOL CLEF, Giannini, GIANNINI, and they can catch me on Facebook there. To be honest, my email is trebolclef.gg@gmail.com, and then they can go hit us up on the website, and that's www.hue-menn, it's human.com, and that's got tons of songs. We're also on Reverb Nation, but I'm kind of leaning towards using the website. We got merchandise on there. We got the digital album for sale. It's called Sunshine from Breadcrumbs. That's one that Trust One and I did within the last couple years, and we haven't done a hard copy of it. We're just kind of waiting. We're going to release the Human album first, and then we'll do that. But so those are the basic forms to get a hold of me. I would give my phone number, but not even, man. So yeah, that's about it.
So since you're from me, I'm gonna ask you red or green.
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 Yeah, the green guy, for sure.
So who would you say are your top 5 musicians, any genre?
Man, I'm gonna go by. Yeah, I'll go to any genre, really. Right now, like emerging or of all time?
Just 5 people you like to listen to the most. Like you hear a song, you gotta stop what you're doing, turn it up, and just listen.
Dude, in my opinion, it's a lot of country actually, and that's kind of funny that I'm doing the hip hop thing too. But
Means you're diverse.
yeah, Travis Tritt, Aldine, like Brad Paisley, all those people on the country side of things, and then like, you know, like I said, Tech Nine. I like Hobson. A lot of emerging people that are coming out. Mad Child from Swollen Members, trying to get him on a feature. Man, just a whole gang of people. There's too many for me to think about, to be honest with you. I love them all. I mean, I'm one of those people that will literally soak up and appreciate the lyrics and the melody, you know what I mean? Most people will just kind of go towards the beat. But that's why it's so hard for me to answer that question. It's unflooded right now. But I appreciate them all. I have a lot of respect for anybody, any genre, because if you're working on it, period, you're doing better than the next guy that's sitting on his butt, to be honest.
So describe yourself in 3 words.
Tough to beat. How's that?
Perfect.
There you go.
What would you say is your biggest pet peeve?
Laziness and just lack of inspiration. within myself or anybody I'm working with. You know what I mean? That's the main thing. The main problem we've ever had is just things hindering us from production, and that's you know, as long as we're finishing things at the end of the day, I'm happy, and that's what keeps me smooth. Doesn't hurt the blood pressure at all. You know what I mean? So I'd say laziness is the biggest one.
So you get the lottery. What was the very first thing that you buy?
The lottery. To be honest with you, I've seen what happens to people when they win the lottery, and a lot of them commit suicide. A lot of them go bankrupt. They end up in debt. My goal, whether it would be the lottery or hitting it rich, would be to immediately, first things first, invest that money into something self-sustaining, like a machine that will generate revenue so that I could do a lot of charity work. Something that I would never have to even touch. I know that it's working itself. And then I want to start like a self-sustaining homeless community. And of course they'd have to go through psychiatric evaluations. You know, they get medical attention right away. But then they'd be assigned, based on, you know, they'd have options, you know, but people would have to be assigned something for that community, and it'd be enclosed, you know. But the same kind of living as a middle class person, you know what I mean? Like, you get the same benefits. Yeah, yeah. If anything, they're going to definitely get a boost up. So I'm not talking like a 200 square foot room that you have to call home. I'd like people to live in something that's 800 or 900 square feet. Yeah, and you can decorate, and you can, you know. And it would probably be some strict policies. Of course, it has to be. A lot of those people are drug abusers. Right, right. And but like I said, if you have the right medical attention for those people, staff on hand, on site, I think that you could really create something amazing, and it could spread like wildfire. It's just right now, a lot of the privately owned organizations that are helping the homeless community are actually kind of keeping them where they're at. They're giving them the lowest form of assistance whatsoever. And it starts with your health, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that'd probably be my first move, man, is helping out as much as I could and creating something that I didn't have to touch, really, you know what I mean? And I would just regulate it and make sure I'd oversee things, and that's about it.
So what's something that not too many people know about TREBOL CLEF? They're going to obviously know it now, but...
You know, man, I'm a pretty deep person overall. I respect everybody in the city that's doing music. Even some of the knuckleheads that are, you know, there's a lot of people in this town that act too tough. And it's like, you know, if you could just shake the hands of the guy next to you, no matter what he's doing as far as music or lifestyle or whatnot, how you dress, it doesn't matter. I'll go up on stage with tight jeans and boots on. Next show I'm going to be wearing Spurs, so we'll see how that goes out with people. And I really don't care, because I like to stand out like a sore thumb. But overall, I would like to see peace and unity in this community, and I'm sure there's a lot more people that think the same way. It's just that one little thing that will get us all to come together and drop all the BS. And I think it's bound to happen sooner than later. The city's about to emerge in the market. I truly believe that. Like, somebody's going to pop off out of this place, and when that happens, the floodgates are open and it's on. You know, as far as other stuff people don't know about me, I wear my heart on my sleeve, so anything that you would want to know about me is probably written online already, either by my hand or someone else's, and other than that, you just ask me, and I'll tell you right away. Usually my eyes will say it more than anything, but there's not much, not much secrets behind this guy.
So is there anybody that you want to shout out, say what's up to?
I'd like to shout out my whole crew, like the Human crew. Like I said, Trust One, Chris Steele, Tristan, Kyle McElroy, Tommy, DJ Sideswipe, Jay Era, definitely Get Down Entertainment, Reno Brown, Versatile, Eric, New Mexican, Luna, Wise Wonder, Rock One, all the Ill Kids crew, my cousins, Rock One, Pex, Spell, Venus, and there's a gang. My mother, overall, over anybody, is the one who deserves the loudest shout out, so she's the one who's backed me this entire time. But and you guys definitely for doing this. I really appreciate the fact that you're getting out there to the community and showing people what's out there. I mean, there's only a few ways, Twitter, Facebook, Reverb Nation, come on. But you guys are actually going the extra mile to put it out there. So I'd say kudos to you. Definitely, thank you very much.
Appreciate the appreciation.
Yeah, all day.
This has been the Hot Seat. Appreciate you coming on.
Appreciate you,
really do.
Folks, take it easy.